This week's story takes us to a slum in Thika town where one young man has discovered how to use locally available materials to solve problems for his community and make an income while at it. His business is premised on the fact that only a fifth of the Kenyan population has electricity, yet close to half of the same population uses a mobile phone. The phone charging business is a boom. Amos proudly takes us around his customers' shops, showing us custom-made sockets that he has designed. He provides light to homes and businesses inspired by his experience early in life when all he knew was darkness and poverty that led him to drop out of school many times.
I come from Gataga district in Kigesi sub-location. I went to school in Kigesi Secondary School. That was a day school. And I wanted so much to go to Gidum High School, but because of school fees, I couldn't.
Amos' favorite subject in high school was physics, as he always wanted to become an electrical engineer, but when his dream to join university faded, Amos joined his brother-in-law's electrical business.
It was like an apprentice. After that, after 2 months, I discovered that I couldn't get enough money to feed myself and even to push on with this life.
Armed with his new innovation, Amos approached his area MP Peter Kenneth, who gave him 5,000 shillings as startup capital, and gigantic electronic inverters was born. To give back to society, Amos took up 3 young men from the slums whom he trained and now work in his workshop.
I had my extension cable in my room. It was overheating and then it was burned. I sat down that night and came up with something that is durable, something that can help mwananchi wa kawaida.
His biggest challenge was to convince potential clients that his wood multi-sockets were as good as the conventional plastics.
And even I was forced, as I made 2 or 3 I got to the market, I met few customers. They were being disturbed by the plastics ones, so they were overheating, and then they were discouraging them. So I forced to tell them that my product can work. I was forced to leave this gadget unto them.
To increase his margins, Amos sells his wares cheaper than plastic sockets, with prices ranging from 250 shillings to 500 shillings, and makes customized sockets. To cut on costs, he only uses local products.
In different sizes. So I do measure them and cut them into pieces. After that, I take the cover, that is plywood, and I measure those holes. Huwa natumia hii kifaa ambacho huwa kinaitwa mallet. Huwa ni lazima niwe very keen, kwa sababu ukimiss tu moja hiyo socket inaharibika. So you must be very keen. Wakati natengeneza hiyo, sasa ni lazima nifanye ni drill na that electric drill ambayo mmeiona. After that huwa nafanya wiring hiyo kitu, na ili from one hole to the other, ili pass a current from one hole to the other. After that, ninapofanya hivyo, lazima hiyo moto, kuna kitu ambacho huwa tunaita meter ambao huwa natumia. Hiyo ndio huwa inapima voltage ya socket yenyewe yenye ita hold. Mine huwa ina range 240 to 41. Na ni lazima make sure ya kwamba haipitishi below voltage, kwa sababu ikiwa below na ikiwa above voltage inaweza choma vitu.
His biggest market share is taken up by Thika and has ventured into Nairobi, Nyeri and Embu. Emos says his biggest challenge now is to keep up with the demand and is saving up to buy technology that will allow him to increase capacity to the larger East African market.
Vijana siku hizi wako jobless sana, na ningetaka kuchukua vijana ambao wako willing na vijana ambao wako na interest, kwa sababu kuwa huna interest huwezi jua hii course.
We left Thika with a better understanding of Peter Drucker's quote that says, and I quote, "Innovation is the specific instrument of entrepreneurship, the act that endows resources with a new capacity to create wealth."